better for it. And I speak from experience. It's been my privilege now to serve Ontarians in public office for some 21 years, a little over 8 as Premier. And in that capacity, I meet people and communities on an ongoing basis. And I have come to learn that the Iranian-Canadian community in Ontario is absolutely remarkable in terms of its influence for good and its contribution to our shared quality of life, an influence and a contribution that are out of all proportion to your numbers. Among your many contributions, of course, is a wonderful new community centre to foster social, cultural, and educational activities for members of the community. The centre's vital programs and services are reaching out to all ages, and I congratulate you for that. I want to thank Amit Tabrizi, Parya's founder and president, for all his hard work in making this happen. He was very gracious in terms of recognizing the community and the contributors, all those who have put their shoulder to the wheel over the course of several years. But at the end of the day, it takes leadership. It takes somebody with a vision. It takes somebody who can see beyond the here and the now to the what could be. But more than that, somebody who has the capacity to translate that vision into reality and to nail it down to the bedrock of our daily life. On behalf of all of us, Amit, thank you so much for your leadership. I also want to congratulate tonight's award winners, the donors and volunteers who are helping you to reach your goal. And I commend all of you on the values that inspire your efforts through the Parya Trillium Foundation. I visited your website and learned that, among many things, you are, and I quote, working together toward establishing common goals and enriching the values of the fabric of the Canadian mosaic. And you go on to say on this website, you are creating a desire to work with other cultural groups within the broader community. And this tells me that, in addition to striving to strengthen your community, you are working to enrich the broader community for all of us. And these are both noble pursuits. A stronger Iranian-Canadian community in a stronger Ontario. I want to thank each and every one of you for all that you do in your daily lives. Thank you for the families that you raise, the businesses that you build, the jobs you create, and all the many other ways that you help to build a stronger province. Whether we've been here for generations, or whether we just recently chose Ontario for home, we can all be proud that Ontario is the #1 destination for new Canadians. Our diverse population helps us better understand, better influence, and better do business with the rest of the world. Ontario's greatest strength is its people, and our greatest asset is its ability to recognize our diversity and turn that into a determination to work together. The most important lessons in life, I'm sure you will agree, you learn at home. You probably picked most of them up by the time you were 10, 11, or 12 years of age. Here's the most important one that I learned. I want you to imagine the McGinty household at dinner time. There were 5 children on the bench on this side of the table, and the other 5 children were on a bench on this side of the table. My father sat at this end of the table, and my sainted mother, when she had time to sit, sat at that end of the table. My dad was a physically imposing man, 6'4", 240 pounds, and a PhD. And he would look at me and my brothers and sisters in the eye and say, remember, nobody here is as strong as all of us. Nobody here is as smart as all of us. You and I find ourselves living in a very exciting and challenging time, at a time of heightened competition in the global economy. What's more, the global economy itself has entered into a period of significant challenge. If you and I are going to rise to the occasion, if we're going to be at our very best, if we're going to be as strong as we can possibly be, then of course we need to be together. I know that in the Iranian community there's a powerful commitment to education. We see it in the educational levels of the professionals that so heavily populate your community, and for which we are also very grateful. In an effort to ensure that all families have access to education, to help Ontario weather a tough global economy, we're continuing to invest in our people. We're taking 30% off the average college and university tuition for students from lower and middle income families, so post-secondary education stays within everyone's reach. And so we continue to have the world's best educated workforce, which will allow us to seize opportunity and create more jobs for families. You know, a moment ago, Reza talked about the investments that we made in post-secondary education, but here's an important little statistic. 8 years ago, when we first earned the privilege of serving Ontarians in government, the percentage of the adult population that had completed post-secondary studies was 59%. We've now taken that up to 64%. Now, how good is that in a global context? Well, it's the highest among the 34 OECD countries. It's higher than the US, it's higher than the UK, it's higher than the Scandinavian countries, it's higher than Germany, it's higher than Japan, it's higher than Austria, it's higher than Australia. So we've come a long way. And if you stop and think about it, in a world where you can borrow capital, you can copy technology, and you can buy natural resources, there are really only two things left on which to build a strong economy, which ensures that we enjoy a strong quality of life, and that's education and innovation. And once again, the Iranian-Canadian community is a powerful contributor in regards to both those fundamentals for a strong economy, and I thank you for your contribution. You've all heard of Rumi, the great Farsi poet, and he once said the following: "Do not be satisfied with the stories that came before you. Unfold your own myth." My friends, here in Ontario, we have a great story to tell, but we have even greater achievements that we will unfold in the years ahead. And our motivation to succeed is incredibly strong. That motivation, of course, is our children and our grandchildren, and our determination to secure a bright future for them. Together, my friends, we'll continue building a stronger Ontario. It's the greatest province in the best country in the world. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
But thank you again for coming and being a part of this. At this point, I'm going to introduce a couple of the board members. I'm going to give some prizes. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Maral Masoudi, as well as Dr. Amir Mazinoni. And Dr. Moridi again, please, is going to come on stage. Thank you. And now it is my job to introduce one by one. Let me give an explanation of this award. Tonight, Parya is introducing the Benevolence Award. Starting this year, Parya Trillium Foundation is introducing this new award tradition to thank and recognize the generous contribution of their donors who've reached or accumulated $75,000. Donors who've reached this amount will be formally recognized for their contribution and generosity with the Parya Benevolence Award. This prestigious award will be granted annually as a symbol of gratitude to Parya's top supporters. So these are supporters of $75,000 or more. We really appreciate it. I'm going to ask them to come on stage one at a time. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Fred Darvish. Next, please welcome to the stage, I know this man well, Mr. Ahmad Tabrizi. Please, oh, one more. Next to the stage, please welcome Mr. Abhari. And next, please welcome to the stage from York Sheet Metal Limited, Mr. Joe Scadurcio. And our final recipient of the Parya Benevolence Award this evening from Speedy Electrical Contractors, Mr. Albert Pacero.
Mr. McGinty, thank you very much for your nice work and having the time with us with such a busy schedule you're having, and thanking you for all the support from yourself and all the members of your party and the government. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Mr.
A couple more awards to give out for another award, Parya Award. At this point, I'd like to introduce to the stage the Ontario Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, so anyone here who is illegal can speak to him afterwards. Please welcome Mr. Charles Salsa, please. He just asked me if I have my papers in order. I'm gonna have to escape. Also to the stage, other board members, Mandana Motamedi, please give it up for her, as well as Hushang Shans. Okay, Baba, we get it, you love them. I'm kidding. Now another award that we're going to start giving this year, Parya is giving the Appreciation Award. Starting this year, Parya is introducing this new award to thank and recognize the dedication and service of their volunteers. So these people did not give $75,000, but they gave a lot of their time. So at least $5,000 worth. No, these people work hard and they deserve this award. The Prestige Award will be granted annually to 2 outstanding volunteers elected by the staff and the board. Recipients of the Parya Appreciation Award are individuals who've shown exceptional dedication and who have selflessly shared their time and efforts giving back to their community. So this year's recipients are, please welcome to the stage Mrs. Nasreen Javonfad. She's not here? But she's missing. She's working so hard. See how hard she works? She was volunteering right now. Please, one more time. Give it up for Mrs. Nasreen Javonfad. Thank you. And the next award goes to Mr. Saeed Sultanpur. Saeed Sultanpur. Saeed Sultanpur? Where is he? You guys are lucky. You need to have an Iranian, a Farsi-speaking MC for this event. Or these names would all be Mr. Saeed Sultanpur, Mr. Sultanpur. MashaAllah, he jumped up. Thank you, sir. This guy works so hard, he comes from different angles. Good to go. Thank you very much. Thanks again. Yeah, I got my passport. I'll show you later. Yeah. All right, people, I know we're getting hungry. We're getting close to the point where we can eat. At this point, we were supposed to have another speech. But we are going to skip the speech. Hey, thank you. Actually, I'd like to give a speech at this point. You know, when I was a child, no, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at we're gonna show you a quick video here that's